Hello, thank you very much for joining us one more time on your favorite program that is sizzling online talk shop, where we tell it like it is and let the chips fall where the bloody hell may. All right, and as we always say on this program, folks, never forget, truth crashed to earth shall rise again. And the favorite part that you all know, man, and the Mashahu t-shirt, you know, I ask this very, very, very famous question all the time, and your answer is always the same. What time is it, folks? It's nation time. It's nation time. And as I say, it's nation time simply means we have a nation to build. And we're not joking, folks. We have a nation to build. Trust me, we will build Ghana. People will be coming all the way from all over the world because they want to come to Ghana. Why? Because we have built our nation. It's nation time, folks. It's nation time, folks. Today, a few things that I want to draw your mind to, okay? The first thing is I'm going to talk about some 3 words. 3 words. The first word is sycophants. If you like, you can write it down. The first word is sycophants, and the next word is fanfoolers. Do you know fanfoolers? I'm explaining. And the third word is cowardice. These 3 very, very, very common but all important words are very, very, very important to pay attention to, especially if you're the president of the country, especially if you're the leader, especially if you think about doing something productive. Think about these 3 things: sycophants, fanfoolers, and cowardice. Let me tell you, these are the 3 things that brought MPP down. You believe it? So as I'm talking to you, I'm at the same time advising Mahama and the NDC to watch these 3 things: sycophants, fanfoolers, and cowardice will bring anyone down. You don't have to be in government. You could be a leader of anything. If you don't look out for these 3 things, it can bring you down. Let me now take my time to explain just a little bit. Folks, what is sycophants? Sycophants is blind loyalty. And we have plenty of political sycophants. Me, I'm NDC, sycophant, blind loyalty. Me, I'm MPP, end of discussion, blind loyalty. And when I talk about blind loyalty, it means that you refuse to be objective. Yes, you have your political party. That's fine. Everybody is entitled to wherever they want to be and believe in. It's your entitlement. Yes, you have a political party. But sycophants simply means you see no evil, you hear no evil, and you speak no evil. Which means, even though glaringly the party you belong to is doing the wrong thing, saying the wrong things, and everything is wrong, me, I'm loyal. That's called sycophants. And it's everywhere. I mean, hey, Nanado had a sycophants. JM, you have your sycophants. Whoever you're listening to me, we are a company, corporate president, whatever. You all have your sycophants. See sycophants, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. No matter what, I am loyal. Very, very dangerous. And watch the people surrounding you, because you have to find a way of actually expelling the sycophants. The other one, fanfoolers. Do you know fanfoolers? I think J.J. Rollins of pleasant memory, he brought that term, Mosigana for fanfoolers. You know fanfoolers? Somebody sees you and they smile at you and they talk with you and you say things to them and they nod their head and they are in total agreement with you and you are happy. So I think we are on the same level. They talk nicely. The minute you step out, you say, well, that's Jimmy Pa. That's a typical Ghanaian fanfulu. Meanwhile, they will talk with you, they will laugh with you, they will chat, they can drink with you and praise you to high heaven. But just step aside or let them turn around. That's your typical fanfool. And so please, fanfool brought Nanado down. I know people personally, of course, it would be crazy for me to mention their names. And the kinds of comments they will make me say, hey, if you said, you know. And the same thing, Mahama, I don't know. You let them surround you and kiss your ass and do everything for you. Let them step aside. Mahama, pa, no, pa. That's Ghanaian, from full respect. Why am I saying all these things? Because, folks, we have to start to understand certain things. So, when you have sycophants and fanfool people surrounding you, you can do the wrongest thing on earth and they'll praise you. After the sycophants, they are smart. Because they don't praise you for nothing. You know. There's some cash bill. They know you reward them with something. So their praising cry is an investment. The sycophants, they will praise you. They will never tell you anything wrong. Look at how many people were praising Nanado for the National Cathedral. This is a great idea, the best idea since I don't know when, to build a National Cathedral for Ghana. If the economy didn't work, the salvation is what we need.
And we have to understand, as a country, we are people with a culture. Nat Bruce said, we are coming from somewhere. And look at the history of our country. Is there not a missing jigsaw in the economic development and the greatness of Ghana? Can't you see that something is missing? What have we not done? The things you're asking finance minister to do to save the city, what haven't we done since 1961? We've done and done and done and done, and it's still missing. The God thing is significant. We have a society, a country that is overcome by demonic activity in the earth. We have been waiting for a leader who will set up a place for God. And when we talk about Cathedral, they say, oh, God doesn't live in Cathedral. Forget about that.
The typical profile of a sycophant. Once you're in power and once you have the reins of government in your head, they will praise you to like crazy. I mean, look at Dennis Miracle Sabwaji. Was it not all for this mighty cathedral? Because they were in power. So the cathedral was a great idea. It was a phenomenal idea. As soon as they let power, that same sycophantic thinker is now saying, oh, we should have listened to Ghanaians and not build the cathedral. You see how these things work? So we have the sycophants, then we have the fanfool people who respect you, and then when they give it to you, and then we have the last batch, those are the cowards. That's what the cowards there, they know the truth. They understand the truth, they understand the situation, but they will never speak it. They will never keep it. They'll keep it to themselves. And why? Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. And this is going to lead us to, and Mahama, the way you experience, because what bad. But I hope this doesn't happen to you. You know, we share the leader. You can set a certain tone that mutes everybody. Because once you speak and it is against the grain of whatever the president has said, you are labeled as an anti. Or one of their favorite things, why are you making the government unpopular? And I'm telling you, if they label you that you're making the government unpopular, whatever reason or excuse they will find to make sure they mute you, they'll find it. You are making the government unpopular. So the third group of people, you know, sycophants, fanfool, and then the cowards. The cowards, they know the truth. They know something is not right. But the situation is such that if you open your mouth and talk, you'll be labeled. It was you need. So they know the right thing. But so that's what is killing nations. And President Mahama, I know that you have a bit more tolerance. I mean, there's evidence of your tolerance. But all I'm saying is this. The sycophants, the fanfool respecters, and the cowards that are around you, watch how close you let them get, because they will undermine you like crazy. Having finished all of that, let me pick a typical example. Free SHS. Great idea, wonderful idea. Even the Constitution of Ghana has, as part of the Constitution, it says that we should slowly evolve towards a free SHS. I think it was called progressively evolved towards free SHS. But check this out. The minute it became a campaign issue, then Nana-Addo was rolling on free SHS, free SHS, free SHS. And the minute he came to power and eventually decided, I'm implementing the free SHS. Great! I mean, there are people who can't afford it. So if you are introducing some kind of free SHS, great! But this is what I'm talking about, folks. And I think I said that in my last thing. I said this, that we can talk. Before, we talk and we talk beautifully, we talk fluently. But when it comes to implementation, we mess up big time. So that's why when we got independence, our great founder said that at long last, Ghana is free forever. We are going to show the rest of the world that we are capable of managing our own affairs.
The battle has ended. Ghana, your beloved country, is free forever. There is a new African in the world. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
He believed that we can implement it. Of course, we didn't allow him to implement many things and he was overthrown. But that's the bane of Ghana now. We talk nicely, we do not implement. And the typical example is free SHS. Massa, but who were you to talk about it? Hey, it's a wonderful idea. Okay, it's cool. If you're going to introduce free SHS, it's fine. So why can't we all of us put our minds together and find the best way to implement it? No. Who bondok? Presidency free SHS. If you speak against it, you're against it. You're either an NDC man or you want to make the government unpopular. Folks, look, let's say free SHS. Nana-Addo has said then, this is my dream. Let us start implementing it. We're going to do a pilot. A pilot, say, 1 or 2 schools per, and test the pilot for a year. And then during that whole year, you'll be cleaning all the bugs, all the hitches, the number of textbooks you need, the teachings, the teaching assistants, everything. You can use a whole year to gather data, solid data. From the pilot, essentially, with everything we have gathered, if we want to do this thing nationwide, this is what we need. And this is how we should do it. That's it all. That's the way to implement anything intelligent. Take your time, gather the data, analyze the data, and then implement the data based on what you have. But not the African, no. Go Bibini. The man said, oh, we want free SHS. So we woke up one morning and then said everything is free SHS. No plan had been made. No blueprint. We started free SHS. Oh, shall I a double track? Because now there are more people that we expect. So let's do a double track. So one will go in the morning, one will go after the we realize that even the feeding is a problem. We can't afford feeding, so that became a problem. And all sorts of problems, folks. All I'm saying is this: if we as a people had intelligently decided this is what we want to do, even the Constitution says we should do it, but let us do a pilot. Let us test it in 1 school, 2 schools, 3 schools, 6 schools, and test it at least 1 year and then clean all the bugs. What it takes, then we can formally launch it on that level, knowing that we know everything that it takes to succeed. But you don't just maka. And folks, there were intelligent people. I think somebody like John Kufuor's brother, Nana-Addo Kufuor, he even spoke, say, Charlie, let's slow down a bit on this.
So educational program, I saw doing quality. Na mentia se akola wa kutumi akọ GIS EPSika bebre ko duru secondary there asiba pass we nisika no nisika then na okutumi call primary ko treateska say the economy of the country is in a fragile state intimestre se betumi apa Ghanaians a chawni atiasia. I'm all for SHS being free, but in Kiyama 1 year be matusho. A good on economy now a firm. Say Mumbi, a case implement in September. Either in when I banded the capi and now quality will be very, very low to the amount for Kana. You support me.
Even he spoke up. Let's close down a bit on this. Let's do a little bit of analysis or testing. Oh, clear off. I remember when the finance minister went on CDFM and he said that, well, they should take another look at it because he can look after 10 people in school because he has money to afford it. So it doesn't make sense why he'll go and leave his son in school and say, oh, I'm going, I don't pay anything because the government will pay.
It may be that there have to be changes in the way in which we are administering it. You know, I can't take my child to Achimota or Dogono and then leave him or her and drive away and kind of not pay anything, whilst I can pay for 10 people.
So even the finance minister then questioned a bit, such like they is a bit too loose. And I remember there's the man who came after him was, I think it was the information minister, Wallahi. Mustafa Ahmed came ferociously after him. So that is the kind of thing I'm talking about. You should all agree, and if you don't agree, they will cut you down that there's no tomorrow. A personal experience. I think I was interviewed on, must have been Class FM back in those days. Benjamin Akakpa was on Class or something. And he interviewed me about free SHS, and I said on the interview, this is long ago, over 9 years ago. I think I said that, I think it was rushed, and if a little more time had been taken to make sure that the implementation is more secure. That's what I said. So basically, it's a great idea. I just think it was rushed. And I think it was that week or the following week, I went to my friend's funeral. We know this, Jacob. Yeah, he's my mate. I went to his funeral in Somenya. I was accosted angrily by some supporters. Now what's he saying? When I say SHS, it was rushed. I mean, they were so furious. I'm like, take it easy. I didn't even say, let's not have free SHS. All I said was that decision was rushed. It was taking her time. They almost lynched me. But no more for me. Okay, no, this one they would disagree. And things like that. But folks, all I'm saying is that this is the kind of atmosphere that when you create and you have sycophants and fanfoolers around you, they'll mislead you into the craziest. You think they were not nobody intelligent enough that would have advised Nanaru Chale, let's take it slow, let's do this. There was nobody. No, they were. Did they tell him anything? No. Why? See no evil, speak no evil.
When somebody say, well, you don't have the money to do free senior high, I say, I don't have a choice. The president wants that.
Let's praise it, let's do it. It's okay. Who bondok? That's the nature of the sycophant. And the fanfoolers there, they will say, Nanano's perfect idea, perfect. And then when they turn around, say, that's idea, I say, feeding accommodation, and then they will curse you out. But these were the people that were surrounding him. Sycophants, fanfoolers, those who knew, headmasters, those who knew, teachers, those who were actually the active stakeholders knew that this thing is in trouble. Double track, way, it's like just make your mind as you go. Nothing laid out. So they knew that it was in trouble. But folks, here's the danger about sycophants and fanfoolers and all those things. 8 years we went through the system. 8 years. Did anybody speak? No. Fanfoolers there, they will speak, but outside. Sycophants, they will not speak. What about headmasters? What about teachers? And it was so interesting. I remember when Mahama said, when we come, we will review SHS.
Within the first 100 days of coming into office, will convene a stakeholder summit that brings together educationists, experts, teachers, parents, students, and opinion leaders to deliberate on how to improve the implementation of the free SHS system and also improve the quality of our basic education, because that's where it all begins. We will return Ghana to the regional exams conducted by the West African Examinations Council so that it will be possible to compare the performance of our children with our English-speaking neighbors in the sub-region. Right now, we write a local Ghana exam. We mark it ourselves. We mark our own script, and we give ourselves high marks, and we tickle ourselves, and we are laughing that things are improving. If you don't have any benchmark to compare, how can you tell you are improving?
Yeah. That was the biggest crime ever committed for any aspiring president. Says, "Oh, me when I come, I'll review it." Hey, Mahama says he will cancel free HS, and that became a campaign issue. And all you media people who were up, all you TV stations, you know yourselves, I won't say it. All you TV stations that did documentaries, Mahama said, Mahama said, "You cancel." Because free HS has become this god. Why is it a god? Because it came from Nanado. And people were not saying, say, a bad idea. Let's take our time and make sure that the implementation is spot on. That was our crime. That was our crime. To say, oh, okay, it's a good idea, but let's not rush it. That was a crime. So it's very, very interesting that for 8 years we were implementing it. Sometimes it was so bad they had to go and buy past questions. How many millions of cedis do we spend on buying past questions so that the students can pass? Because it has become a political thing now. Say we have to show that it is working well. So past questions, this, that. 8 years. Why? Because he has surrounded himself with sycophants and fanfoolers. And the people that knew the truth, that could speak, they too were cowards. And understandably, we are going through the mill, doing this, that, and has become a headmaster of some school in Accra or Accra. He wants you to go and talk. Next thing they'll transfer him to for whatever to choke. You know, you'll be transferred. You'll be punished. You know. So I even remember at some point when Mahama was campaigning, he says, "Oh, don't worry, and this will come back." And when it comes back, then all of you headmasters, you can now talk and tell us freely what you're going through. People had serious, legitimate complaints, but who dares spoke? Who would speak? Isn't it very, very interesting that I think it was a day, January 8th, a day after Mahama was sworn in, then I think it was the PRO for the National PTA. Yeah, listen to that. One of the major challenges is the quality and quantity of food. 8 years later, all along this had been a strong thing. Even ask parents about the food situation. Ask parents about that. The PTA lady said the quality and quantity. 8 years. And then I think 2 days after Felicity, after Mahama had been sworn in, and then the president of NAGRAD, he actually says that free SHS is practically not sustainable and that parents must pay for food and accommodation. 8 years later. Massa, 8 years later. What would have happened? Let's just play games. Right after Narado had launched this the Nagrat and wherever now comes, let's have a meeting with the president and let's tell the president straight up, Charlie, this thing won't work. It is not sustainable. Parents must have to do this, bam, 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 which is exactly what Ken said anyway, that parents must kick in. But what would have happened? No, you're all supposed to be quiet. Do not dare make the government unpopular. At the risk of what? At the risk of students eating bad food. Do you see what happened recently? Spoiled, expired rice given to your children. You have taken your child to school. There's this load of rice that has expired. And when I say, you when you go to the market and you see an expired rice, you won't buy it and cook for your children. Your school cooked the spoiled, expired, and spoiled rice for your children. Why? Oh, it's easier to give them expired rice than go and complain, say, at the expense of what? Folks, look, I can understand if you're a coward because you don't want to be punished or anything, but no. When you are talking about survival of your children, when you're talking about survival of a system, then please, you can't be a coward. Talk. And it's very, 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 very interesting that soon after they took the Mahama was sworn in, everybody now knows what was wrong with SHS. Everybody knows. And you just sit down quietly. People have been started here too. They are now going to tell us everything that we should have known and fixed to get the system working. I think I bet you. Before then, everybody was quiet. Why? Because the emperor says, don't make my government unpopular. Don't talk about these things. So all I'm saying is this. We are trying to build this nation now. We have gotten to a point where we know exactly what is impeding our progress as a nation. And this is exactly one of them. Sycophants, Fanfoolers. So the idea is that, look at how we have messed up the free SHS. The idea is for us to say, never again. Not only with free SHS, with everything else. Never again should we go into shoddy implementation. Never again. Please. Mahama, I know you're under fire, man. We want you to roll with things. We want you to roll with things because Ghanaians are sort of tired and everything. But my advice too is this. Whatever it is, take your time and make sure that the implementation is not shoddy. At some point we'll get back to this, when we start talking about the oral, the implementation, everything. We want to make sure that things are done well and done right. Very, 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 very important, especially for the NDC, which is the ruling administration now. Look, Mahama got like 57 point something. There was a whole 38 point something that did not vote for Mahama. So let us be aware that there's still a group of people out there that did not vote for Mahama, that really wanted to continue with the MPP. Those people are there. And my thing is this: any government that is worthy of themselves, their major thinking should be, a whole 38 people didn't vote for us. For whatever reason they know. But let's convince them or let them all know that they have now come under one nation that we are all trying to build. And if we build it well, everybody benefits. That's something Ghanaians don't understand though. If the party that wins is not your party, then you hope that they fail. But folks, think about this. When Ghana fails, who fails? You fail. When Ghana fails, you are the ones who won't get employment, with the ones who are having difficulty with transportation. You suffer. When Ghana fails, you suffer. When Ghana succeeds, you benefit. It's a simple thing. So my position has always been this: be in power and do the right thing. Do the right thing to benefit the nation, and then you have my support. But trust me, if you come to power and you're undermining the nation for your own selfishness, oh no, you feel my rage. You will feel my rage. But this is it, there's a whole 38 or something percent that did not vote for Mahama. And sadly, you will find out that most of the people that didn't vote will hope that he fails. Ejimi, or saying, me, I don't support Bawumia or Kufuor, so I hope they fail. Me Ghana, me a Ghana ni. And if I'm hoping that they fail because I don't support them, so let them fail, the failure affects me. The failure affects my business. The failure affects my children's education. The failure affects the future of my children. The failure affects the youth of Ghana. The failure affects the workers of Ghana. So to be in a country and think that I'm not on the same vibe with the political power with the political party in power, so they should fail, makes you a lunatic. What about them? I'm telling you straight up, it is true. You are completely lunatic because your hatred, there's so much hatred inside you for a certain political party that if that party happens to win there, then the whole Ghana should fail. And you, Jimmy, I know people who, depending on who is in power, say Black Stars, Bobo cries, oh, me, I don't support the Black Stars, let them lose. Why? Because when they win, the glory will be enjoyed by whoever is the president. It's Black Stars, let us fail. How can you be in the country and hope that your country fails? It is stupidity of the highest order. Me, all I'll say is this. And that's what maybe I thought our dear Professor Mills went so far that he said, I'm the father of all Ghanaians, which simply meant that whether you are NDC, MPP, CPP, whatever you are, I'm your father. I'm here to take care of all of you. So all I'm saying is this, Ghanaians, and I'm going to be wrapping up soon. There are three phases of national development. We have the campaign season. Obia campaigning for the party, Obia campaign. Great, we have the campaign season. That's phase one. Phase two is the election. Now we have listened to all the campaigns and everything. Now let's go and elect who we believe or who we want to vote for us. Then we have the election, and then we elect some person, and then the person is sworn in. That's phase two. Phase three, okay, now whatever party I belong to, whatever belief I had, this is my new leader. Let me support this leader so that Ghana wins. And still we start thinking like that. Three phases. The campaign is there. The election, then we pick a leader. The third, let's unite or rally behind the new leader and make sure that he wins and he succeeds, because when he succeeds, Ghana succeeds. When he fails, Ghana has failed. But there are some idiots who say, I don't care. If Nanado will fail, let him fail. Because when Panasam is supporting him unfairly. And then you realize that right now you can't even afford basic things in life. But you're so happy that one person failed. Or vice versa. Let Mahama fail. See how a friend is saying, the guy that was the guy that I saw, how pompous he was. There's going to be no shedding. They haven't done that. They're looking forward to the failure.
There will be doomsday coming soon.
There will be doomsday coming soon.
So I know. I'm in the energy sector. I know there will be doomsday coming soon. Expect it. Doomsday will be coming soon.
Sanity. You know, we say there are so many mental illnesses in our country, and sadly, we do not realize that when you have a desire that whoever is leading you should fail and fail miserably because you don't like it, you forget that when they fail and fail miserably, it affects you. A mental disorder be those of you who think like that, I'm telling you plainly, say, my journey will become. So all of And I'm glad now the Niagara president says if we are going to make free education sustainable, they have to pay fees and for their food. Before he couldn't. So Mahama, this is an example for you to learn. At least let people to able to but when people are shattered, I mean, this famous my favorite group, what do you call it? Aglo. Aglo for Jesus. Hey, Mahama time, my goodness. Say, if the nation is being ruled by people who are not righteous, the people suffer. They are a crusade. Hey, ya bompire. Oh. Somehow, Aglo, I think the last 8 years was so right. God had no problems with Ghana. Everything was right. You were quiet. Didn't assemble for national prayers. Because after all, we don't need to go and pray anymore. What is that? All you can do is let's get together, give thanks. You give thanks when everything you're looking for was happen. Hallelujah. When we have leaders in power who are not righteous, we have to pray to God to heal and save our land. And things like that. So I don't know. I'm expecting to see more events from Christian bodies and everything to come in now that the unrighteous are taking over. But folks, that was just by the way. Let's be serious though. Let's be serious. Ghana is the only country that we have. Only Morris said he was going to Togo.
Me see, my platform so. Me see, Mama Winia, me go to Togo for 4 years.
Even if they make him the Prime Minister of Togo, because they know no fee. Ghana is the only country we have. Let us build this country. And that's why I made no secret about it, that this platform, we're going to use this platform to help in the resetting agenda. Because we really need that reset. So I'm going to push it as much as we can on Talk Shop. And thank you, by the way, for all of you who view your responses are magnificent, your words of encouragement, everything that you pour out there. Really, I may not respond because it's not my style to respond to people, but I read and I know. You know, some will come there and talk their trash that they want. Fine, they're entitled to it. But really, thank you very, very much for the support. Yeah, we do appreciate it. And we're going to climax that into this big time coming up soon. What time is it? It's Nation Time March. It's coming up. We are going to be closing in on Nation Time March. Folks, we are determined that we will make sure that this mindset thing. Last week, I think I talked a little bit about a religion. We're going to be talking about our culture, our traditions. We're going to be talking about our mentality, our way of thinking, and the extent to which it is crippling us as a nation. Some of them are wonderful, some of them are fantastic. Let's hold on to those wonderful and fantastic things and build on them. And trust me, the many that are now setting us back as a people, let's get rid of them. Now to all those sycophants who even Americans was talking about, if we had known, we would have listened. To all those sycophants, now that you are free to speak, speak. There are some people that are saying, forever, we don't want to hear you. Oh no, let's hear you. Speak. But please, just realize that you are criticizing, but you're criticizing constructively. You are criticizing to build, not to demolish. We've had enough demolishing, so now let us try and build. And anyway, by the way, I heard that what I missed on Sunday, they had this Thanksgiving prayer for the president. And I thought it was very, very funny that the prayer was at the UPS auditorium. So, says I come over movie National Cathedral. No? You should have hurried up and then put it in the National Cathedral, you know. Hey, Massa! I was watching the playback because I missed it. Hey, the tongues and the prayers that Duncan Williams poured on the man. I want to hear just a little bit, then I'll give you my comment. Listen to this.
Saul, and in his time of office, let the curse that no president has ever been able to break be broken in his time of office. Let him be a curse breaker. Let him become a wonder president. Let him be a game changer. Let him become a battle axe and a weapon of war in your hands. Engage him, deploy him, use him like you did with Cyrus. Bring about a change that is so necessary in the land, and let the course of history be changed in his term of office as president of this country. That he will finish his term in office, that he will not be a casualty wise in office, that he will not be a scapegoat wise in office, that he will not be a victim of any evil work wise in office, but he will finish his term. He will finish well. He will finish on the note of victory. And let it be well with those who wish him well, and let it be ill with those who wish him ill. In the name of Jesus, give him the eye of an eagle, the courage of a lion. Makadula madasan, Elai to Kawahan, Manduku masalin, Belaya to Kamadasid.
Look, you know what I will say? Don't call me Antichrist, though. Mahama, me pacho. I don't care the tongues. I don't care anything. It's up to you, Manamfo. The Bible says, which of you intending to build a tower will not sit down first and count the cost? It's in Luke. Basically, he's saying this, that whatever it is that you want to do, sit down first and count the cost. Strategize, plan before you implement. Otherwise, you'll be shocked that no matter how powerful the prayers are, and actually do the needful, sit down and count the cost, you realize that they have prayed for you, man, but the prayers alone won't work it. It's up to you now. Anyway, let me end here for now and thank all of you for tuning in one more time. And trust me, very soon we'll be back on Talk Shop. So stay tuned and catch up with you very soon.